Welcome to Uzbekistan, a Central Asian country that has witnessed more than 1,000 years of Islamic civilization. From ancient cities like Samarkand and Bukhara to quiet villages in the mountains, Muslim life in Uzbekistan is a blend of glorious history, rich culture, and modern challenges. Islam arrived in the region in the 8th century through the conquests of the Umayyad Caliphate. Over time, Uzbekistan became a center of Islamic knowledge, culture, and spirituality. Great scholars like Imam Bukhari, who collected thousands of hadiths of the Prophet Muhammad, came from this region. Samarkand and Bukhara became cities of learning, where madrassas stood majestically and intellectual discussions flourished. Islam here was not just a religion, but also the foundation of civilization. For many Uzbeks, Islam is an integral part of life. The call to prayer sounds 5 times a day, and mosques are crowded with worshippers, especially on Fridays. During Ramadan, the spiritual atmosphere is strong. People share meals, break their fasts together, and increase their prayers. In rural areas, Islamic traditions often blend with local customs. For example, the nikah ceremony, a Muslim wedding, is held with great solemnity, combining Islamic prayers and Uzbek cultural celebrations. After Uzbekistan gained independence from the Soviet Union in 1991, it began to rebuild its Islamic identity, which had been suppressed during the communist era. However, the government still strictly regulates religious practices. The goal, to maintain stability and prevent extremism. Madrassas and Islamic institutions must be officially registered. Friday sermons are supervised by the state. Religious symbols such as the hijab in public schools have been a controversial issue. Religious freedom has improved in recent years, however. President Shavkat Mirziyoyev has introduced reforms that have made religious activity more open, though with strong controls. Uzbek Muslim women play a significant role in society. Many wear headscarves in distinctive local styles. In large cities, they are active in education, business, and preaching. Despite social challenges and stereotypes, Muslim women's communities demonstrate that Islamic values can go hand in hand with women's empowerment. Uzbekistan's young generation is growing up in a digital age with widespread access to Islamic information from around the world. They learn through social media, attend online religious studies, and build modern Islamic communities. But this also poses challenges, from the spread of radical ideologies to clashes between local traditions and outside interpretations of Islam. The government, local clerics, and civil society are working hard to guide young people toward a moderate, tolerant form of Islam that is in harmony with Uzbek culture. Islamic holidays such as Eid al-Fitr and Eid al-Adha are celebrated with joy. In villages, families visit each other, sharing traditional dishes like plov and samsa. Children receive gifts and fond memories of togetherness. Islamic culture is also present in art and music, local qasida, calligraphy, and even folklore that contain Islamic values. Muslim life in Uzbekistan is a beautiful mosaic, a blend of a glorious past, living traditions, and a hopeful future. In this country, Islam is not just a religion, but the breath of life, the roots of culture, and the light that guides every step. The economic life of Muslims in Uzbekistan is closely integrated with Islamic values. In trade, honesty, trustworthiness, and blessings are the main principles. In traditional markets, many still open their stalls with prayers and prioritize fairness in prices. Zakat and alms are living social mechanisms, helping the poor, funding religious activities, and building madrassas or mosques through mutual cooperation. Residents believe that halal and blessed sustenance is more important than just a large amount. In the modern era, Muslim entrepreneurs in Uzbekistan have also begun to penetrate the technology, Islamic finance, and agribusiness sectors, while still carrying Islamic ethics in business. Local clerics play an important role in maintaining the balance between tradition, spirituality, and contemporary challenges. They serve as role models in society, not only in matters of worship, but also ethics, social relations, and conflict resolution. In the madrassas, a new generation of clerics is being formed. They study fiqh, tafsir, hadith, but are also introduced to global issues, digital media, and the importance of tolerance in an increasingly interconnected world. The government supports Islamic madrasas and universities, such as the Islamic University of Tashkent, now the largest center of Islamic education in Central Asia. One of the unique features of Islam in Uzbekistan is the strong influence of the Tasawwuf or Sufism heritage. The Naqshbandiya order, one of the world's largest Sufi orders, has its origins here, founded by Sheikh Bahauddin Naqshband in Bukhara. Sufism teaches purification of the heart, love for Allah, and a life of simplicity. Many Uzbeks practice this teaching, both formally through orders and culturally through traditions of prayer and dhikr that are passed down from generation to generation. This Sufi heritage has made Islam in Uzbekistan famous for its peaceful, gentle, and spiritually profound nature. Uzbekistan is now active in cooperation with the Islamic world. The country is an active member of the Organization of Islamic Cooperation, OIC, and regularly holds conferences between scholars and academics from various Muslim countries. With its strategic geographical position and rich Islamic historical heritage, Uzbekistan wants to appear as a bridge between the Islamic world of East and West. Cities such as Tashkent and Samarkand are starting to be known again as centers of dialogue between civilizations. The Uzbek government also promotes the image of moderate Islam in international forums, voicing the importance of education, dialogue, and joint efforts to counter radicalism. The future of Islam in Uzbekistan is full of hope. The younger generation is growing up with wider and more open access to Islamic knowledge. They build communities, social movements, and initiatives that bring the spirit of Islam into action, helping people, protecting the environment, and creating harmony between religious communities. Islam in Uzbekistan is not just a legacy of the past, but a force that continues to grow, adapt, and merge with the nation's identity. Amidst deserts and mountains, ancient madrassas and modern cafes, Sufi traditions and digital technology, Uzbek Muslims' lives are in constant motion. It is not just about the past, but also about the future that is being built, with faith, knowledge, and hope. Islam in Uzbekistan is a story of a light that continues to shine, even as times change. It is a lamp that illuminates the middle path, a path of wisdom that does not get caught up in extremes, but also does not lose the spirit of change. From the ancient alleys of Bukhara that once housed great scholars, to the digital discussion spaces that young people join today, the spirit remains the same, seeking meaning, preserving values, and spreading goodness. Today, Uzbekistan is also an example for other countries in aligning Islamic identity with national development. Mosques and universities stand side by side. Yellow books and STEM curricula are read together. Prayer and public discussion reinforce each other. Young thinkers, contemporary scholars, and social activists are creating a new discourse about an Islam that liberates, not limits, that enlivens, not stifles, which is the ethical foundation of progress, not a barrier to change. With this approach, Uzbekistan has not only preserved its Islamic heritage, it has breathed new life into it. Like the waters of an oasis, Islam in Uzbekistan has become a life-giving source, nourishing cultural roots, embracing diversity, and nurturing the future. And from a land that once sent scholars around the world, Uzbekistan is now speaking out again. It brings a message from the heart of Central Asia that Islam, in the silence of the Sufis, in the spirit of youth, in the wisdom of the state, remains the path to peace, justice, and human dignity. The message is not only heard in mosque pulpits or scientific seminars, but also felt in the daily lives of the Uzbek people. In traditional markets, in classrooms, in fields and factories, Islamic values are present in the form of honesty, hard work, and social solidarity.